Alright, welcome to another tutorial from Code Slice. Um, just to go back, yes. So what we are doing is we have been working on creating a KivyMD chatbot, and so far we've had quite a number of tutorials, and I'm sure everyone has been wondering when are we gonna get to the fun AI stuff. Yeah, so finally we're gonna get there. Just to recap on where we are so far. So if you haven't been following, please do start from the beginning. Um, unless if you are at least familiar with how to register or get a free OpenAI account. Okay, let's go on and run this and see what we have. Okay, so we have welcome to our KivyMD chatbot, and we have our chatbot area here where we can type any question or any message or anything, like hello, for example. We can just put that here, and of course, we print out, and then it also shows here. Yes, I believe that this is explained from our previous tutorials. Yes, so now that we have asked the question, of course, we want the AI to respond back. So how do we go about doing that? Yes, so that's what I will be explaining here. So I will be trying to explain this as simple as possible. So this will be quite useful for those who are more of your beginners. Yes, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to import OpenAI. Very important. So we're going to import OpenAI, and remember from our very first tutorial, there are some important keys that we got which we will need to use now. So we got the OpenAI organization key, and then we also had the Open API key. I am showing you guys these codes. This is actually my free account that I created. Yeah, so the free account usually expires after 3 months, and then after that you have to actually pay for one, which is it's not really a waste of money. There's a lot of things you can do, so please do that. Yeah, okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna just copy these, and then we will paste them right here. Okay, yeah, so we have our OpenAI organization, then we have our OpenAI API key. So these are very important. So if you have your paid one, of course you can use that as well. Yeah, yes, and please do check my first tutorial if you want to know how to create one. Yes, okay, so now that we have all of these, what we will now start to do is we will create now the function for us to get the responses from our AI, basically. Alright, so the first thing we will need to do is, maybe before we go there, what we will need is, in order to generate answers, we will need to create a chat completion API, which is what we're going to create here. Alright, yes, so the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to define messages, right? Yes, and once we've defined the messages, we're going to just leave it like this for now, just to not confuse myself. Alright, so we're gonna have messages there. Now let's go on and create our function, our chat completion function. So we can call it chatbot one. It's up to you what you want to call it. Yes, and user input. Alright, so we're going to use try here. The reason why we're going to use try is because OpenAI requires the internet. So if your internet is down, you don't want your app to just crash completely. So you'd rather use try and accept so that at least your app will still continue on. Yeah. So we can say try. The first thing now we're going to do is we're going to messages append. Yes. Okay, so when it comes to OpenAI, I won't explain much about this, but when it comes to OpenAI, there is sort of three roles that you get. Your roles, there's three roles. So there is the system role, and then there's the user role, and then there's also the assistant role. Now the system role, it's more of your basically through having a system role, you are setting up a certain set of behaviors for your AI to take in a way. So for instance, whenever you type messages and things like that, if you have a system sort of role, everything you type and whatever you do, it is stored, and then your AI learns from your history and everything that you do. However, if you don't have your system role, what will happen is that the responses you get will be sort of very, you won't, they'll sort of be the same or generic or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so let's go on and have our system messages, our system role. So how are we going to do that? So we're going to say role, and then the role here will be system. Okay, and then we also want to give it a content. So here we can just put like just a short description for the AI basically. It's up to you actually, but maybe we can just say welcome, I am your personal chat, or maybe let's say I'm your personal AI. Maybe let's say a language model trained to assist you. Okay, let's go on and just make this a bit bigger. Okay, let me also show line numbers. Okay, so so we have the role here is system, very important, system, and then the content, the message that like a short description of your AI basically. Yes, so this is the system, and then now we're gonna go on now and put our user role. So as I explained, there's three roles: there's system, there's user, there's assistant. So system is more like your default your system basically. And then your user is more of like yourself, the messages that you type and those kind of things. Alright, so let's go on and create messages for our user. So how are we going to go about this? We're going to role again. Oh, what did I do now? Oh yeah, so we're going to go where's this thing? Okay, role. Right, and then what's the role? In this case it's user. Okay, you are the user, and the content in this case it will be whatever we type. So we can say user input. Yeah, user input. Okay, yeah, so now it's user, so meaning the questions that we are asking our AI. All right, keep in mind that this is the same here, user input. Okay, and also you don't put it in quotation marks. All right, very important. All right, so now that we've got that, let's finally get to get our response. Yes, so just to explain what we're doing now, we're generating a response. Okay, so how do we go about doing that? The first thing we're going to say response, which is what we want to get. So OpenAI chat completion. So it should be OpenAI chat completion create. Okay, create. And then we'll need to list a few things here. The model we're using. I won't explain much, but there's different models you can use basically, which determines the responses you get and so forth. Chat PT. So this is the model we're using. It should be in quotation marks. GPT 3.5 Turbo. Yeah, so this is the model we're using. GPT 3.5 Turbo. All right, and the messages. Okay, now let's go on and close that. Okay, yes. All right, so now what we're going to do is this will give us a response, right? And our response, we want to store it as chatbot reply. Yeah, like our reply. So we can go on and say response choices. Now just to explain here, so choices, so basically whenever you ask the AI a question, there are multiple answers that are generated. Yes, so by making our choices 0 here, yeah, we are sort of choosing the first list that you get, all right, from those responses. Yeah, so I won't be covering the advanced stuff in this tutorial, but if you'd like to know more, please do let me know and I'll see in the future tutorial if I'll go deeper. Yes, so choices, then messages, content. So that's what we want. We want the content of the response that we get. Yes, all right, and then we messages append yeah, and in this case we are now appending the role, the assistant, basically responses assistant. As I mentioned, there's only 3. There's system, there's user, there's assistant. Okay, content, then chatbot reply. Okay, so this should give us now the response we're looking for. So let's go on and return chatbot reply. All right. Yeah, so in this tutorial, we can just look at the responses in our shell. Okay, let me just run this quickly just to check if there's any typos. I know I tend to there we go. Yes, it's a good thing I did this. So since we're using try, we have to also have except to catch the error. Except, yeah, so which means if there's an error, what we want to do is maybe we can just print, maybe let's use exception as E, and then print an error occurred. Yeah, then oops. Okay, return request not processed. Yeah. Okay. So what's happening here is that if there's an error here somewhere, we will be able to catch it here and get this message to let us know that an error appeared. Yes. Okay, let's go on and run that. Let's see if there's any more errors or typos. I hope there isn't any. Okay, let's see. Okay, we're all good. Yeah, we're all good. Didn't crash. There was no error message. Yeah, nothing. I think we're all good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So now we have our chat completion API, which will generate the responses based on our user input. All right. So let's finally give it an input. So what the input that we want to use here, we want to use the input from our text field. So if you remember, right, in our KV, let's open it. In our KV, where is our text field? Yes, we have our text field. So whenever we type something in the text field, that would be the question we will send to the AI, which will then generate an answer for us. Alright, so I believe we should have a function already here asking. So there was a question that we're asking, right? So what we want to do is right here. So right here we want to get an answer. So AI answer, and we're going to say it's equal to chatbot1. Chatbot1 being our function here, our chat completion API, and the user input in this case is our self-taught question. We can just Control C to copy, Control V to paste. Okay, so now we have given the question to the AI, which will then give us a response. When we get a response, let's go on and print it. So we can just say print answer AI. Okay, let's go on and run that. Okay, let's go on and run that. Okay, so chatbot, we put in our question. Hello. Okay, an error occurred. Yes, remember as I mentioned before, so whenever there's something wrong in the code, yeah, it'll give us yeah, an error message. So in this case, it says an error occurred. Let's read it. An error occurred. Module OpenAI is not attribute. Oh yeah, I see. You see there was a typo there. Okay, so let's go on and fix that. Okay, so from response, the C is supposed to be capital here. Yeah, it's a capital. Chat completion create. Yeah, no, I think it's fine now. Yeah, okay, it should be okay, unless if there's another typo somewhere. I'm sorry, this does happen a lot in my tutorials. I generally don't like making long tutorials. Okay, let's see there. Hello, let's see. I hope there's no other. Oh, there is another one. Module provided an engine or model parameter. Okay, let's see. I see that I'm still getting an error here. Must provide an engine or model. Okay, did I also have another spelling error somewhere? Let's see. Oh, you see, look at this. It's supposed to be model here. So sorry guys, it's model. I think this should be the last. Yeah, it should be the last of the errors. Yeah, it should be the last of the errors, I think. Let's see. Hello. Okay, it's looking good. Oh no, it says here an error occurred. Messages, sorry, request not processed. Okay, what else did I'm so sorry guys, I think I was really doing this in a rush. So messages, row, system content. Okay, that's okay. Try messages, append, user input, that's okay. Response, OpenAI, chat completion create, model, GPT, turbo, messages, that's okay. Chatbot, reply. Let's see here. Yeah. Chatbot reply. Okay, that's okay. Response choices. Here it's supposed to be message here. Okay. Yeah, it's supposed to be message here. Messages, append, that's okay. Rows, assistant, content. I hope it's not too loud, it's currently raining. Chatbot reply. Okay guys, I think it's fine now. I think it's definitely fine. I think it's fine now. I think it's fine. Yeah. Okay. Let's say hello. Okay. Generate a response. Come on, AI. It's taking some time. I think this might be quicker depending on your network as well. So it's raining now, so our network is usually not very good. Yeah, let's give it some time. Maybe while we wait, for the response to come. Yeah, so just to explain what we're doing here. Yeah, so in our chat, or rather text field, whenever we type something, we save it as self.question, right? And what we do is we print that question, which is why you see hello here, right? So maybe when we print it, we can also say question. I think that should be it. Yeah. Still no response yet. Guess my network is very bad. Let's just reload this again. Okay, so we type a question. How are you, for example? We send it. Yeah, so as you can see, I said question here, then it sends. Oh yeah, there we go. Our responses finally came. So thank you for asking. As an AI model, I don't have feelings. All right, so it's working perfectly. Yeah, so let's type something else. What is the date? So as you can see, here's the question: what is the date? Of course, this can be formatted better. And then it says here, as an AI model, I don't have real-time information. Whoa, okay, that's weird for an AI. However, if you are referring to the current date, it depends on when you are asking the question. Could you please provide me with the current date and time, and I'll be happy to assist you further. Yes, so that's how you go about getting your AI responses. So in our next tutorial, we're going to be looking at now, of course, being able to have your responses within your chat. Yeah, so please remember to subscribe. I really appreciate the support. Until next time, take care and take care.